Today we're going to be talking about the 5 traits of a Division I quarterback. Now, trait number 1 that every single Division I college level coach looks for in their quarterback is extend play ability. Now, I don't mean being Lamar Jackson and pulling a zone read, taking it 60, 70 yards to the house and just running past everybody. What I mean is being able to extend the play. So not being that quarterback that can only just go, okay, first read, it's there. First read, second read, okay, I throw it. And just being a 1 to 2 read type of quarterback. I'm talking about a quarterback who goes in the pocket, he's getting some pressure in his face, he could drift out of there, extend the play, and make a throw. Or he's getting unblocked pressure, he's got to give a move, he's got to escape out, and he can throw on the run. If you guys can showcase those types of plays on your highlight tape, that is a great way to stand out to a Division I level college coach, regardless if you're 6'5" or 5'10". Look at any short quarterback that is getting recruited from a Division I level program. There's this kid, I forget his name, but he's in like the top 50 for quarterbacks, and he's fairly low. He's like in the 40s, I guess you could say, which I mean, 40 best in the country ain't bad, but he's ranked like 41, 42. He's from Hawaii, and he's only like 5'10". Watch his film. That is the definition of being able to extend the play, and I want to say that he's committed to Notre Dame currently. Now, the second trait of a Division I level quarterback is being able to read defenses and dissect defenses. Guys, especially if you're not like some like physical specimen who's 6'5", 225, has a rocket arm, super accurate. Maybe you're accurate, but let's say you're just like on a normal size guy. You're like 6 foot, 5'10", whatever. You're not crazy fast. Maybe you could extend the play a little bit. Knowing what the defense is going to do before they do it makes it a lot easier for you to make quick decisions and get the ball out of your hands, because a quick release and quick decisions is something that's super beneficial for any quarterback at any level, especially if you're trying to play at that Division I college level. So make sure, guys, you understand coverages and know how to read defenses. Now, if you guys would like over 500 different videos all based on how you can read defenses, check out that very first link in the description below. It'll take you to our website where I have 500 different videos all broken down on the screen, where I draw on the screen. This coverage is this, what you should be looking for as a quarterback. All of that mapped out for you guys, put into categories like cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, etc. So if you guys want to learn how to read defenses, improve your football IQ, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get to point number 3. Now, trait number 3 of a Division I level quarterback is arm strength. So I think arm strength, you just have to be able to make college level throws. Now, I'm not saying you got to throw the ball 70 yards. I'm not saying you got to throw it 60 yards. 60 yards is probably beneficial, but they're going to ask you to make certain throws, like an opposite hash 10-yard speed out, 12-yard speed out. So let's say you're a right-handed quarterback. It's always harder to throw off of your third step to the left, right? Because you have to get your feet set over there. So anytime that I have a kid that I'm training, and let's say we're coming up on something called the contact period. The contact period is that period of time after Christmas break before spring ball where college coaches can come visit the high school. What we always work on that Christmas break period is we work on college level throws. So because I know a college is going to ask that kid to throw for him, and what he's going to do is he's going to ask him, okay, let's put you on the right hash. Let's see if you could throw a 10-yard out to the left. So we have to be able to drop and hit that 10-yard out, which requires a lot of velocity on the ball. For any of you guys that have thrown a 10-yard out, you know what type of velocity that has to have, even if you're from the middle of the field or the short side of the field. Now imagine to the field. Now, another thing they're going to ask you to throw is a deep comeback, like 15 back to 12 from the opposite hash. So if you guys can make those throws with great timing, great velocity, obviously that requires arm strength, but if you can make those college level throws, you have the trait for a D1 QB. Now, trait number 4 that every D1 quarterback has, I would say, is leadership and confidence. So leadership, I think of it like this. You either want to be a thermostat leader and you don't want to be a thermometer leader. So a thermostat leader is somebody who sets the tone on the team. Think about what a thermostat does. You set the temperature, like let's say you want to set it to 68 degrees, and then that's the temperature of the room. So that's how you got to be with your work ethic. You come into a situation where you're the quarterback, you're the guy, whether you like it or not, everybody's looking at you, everybody expects you to be a leader. You got to lead by example, man. You got to be that guy that does everything in the gym, does everything right on the field, knows their plays, executes their job, because that's going to elevate the play of everybody else, because whether you like it or not, everybody is looking at you. But if you're a quarterback who gets into a situation and just tries to fit in, that's what we call a thermometer leader. You just rise to the temperature of the room, and you don't want to be that type of leader. Now, let's talk about confidence. One of the best traits that quarterbacks have that leads to confidence is 1 rep at a time. So you don't want to let the result of the play dictate your emotions, because that's when your confidence is a little shaky. So let's say you throw a 50-yard touchdown, just bomb, perfect pass. You shouldn't just be super high and yeah, let's go, and the next play you're super fired up, because as soon as something bad happens, you go from here to here, because you're letting your emotions be dictated by the result. 1 rep at a time. Throw a 50-yard pass, pick six, your mindset should not be any different on the next rep. The next rep is always what's most important, and that's what leads to more confidence at the QB position. Now, also, fellas, if you're a quarterback and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason from December all the way till July, we are coming to 15 different cities across the United States for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camp. So guys, check out that second link in the description below to find out if we are coming to a city near you. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season training camps. It's a 2-day-long camp, 8 hours of training, small group environment where I get to work with you guys almost one-on-one. We obviously have other coaches there to help out with the process as well that are on our staff. So guys, second link in that description below. We'd love to have you there. Now, trait number 5 of a great quarterback, a Division I quarterback, is going to be accuracy. Now, accuracy, you guys, like everybody knows that you got to put the ball on the money, but something that you can do to showcase to college coaches that you are an accurate passer is having a high completion percentage. So I'll give you an example of a guy that, you watch him playing because we live in Southern California. He went to Mater Dei, which is the biggest high school down here from a football standpoint. Bryce Young, right? So Bryce Young had an insanely high completion percentage. Like, I'm talking like 90%, which is unfreaking heard of. That means if he's throwing 20 passes, he's completing 18 of them, which is insane. That's crazy, guys. Like, anybody that plays quarterback knows that, right? But again, look at his traits. He wasn't the fastest guy on the field. He could move around a little bit. Definitely not the tallest guy on the field. Probably didn't have the strongest arm on the field, but he could put that ball on a freaking dime and on the money almost every single time based on the completion percentage. So that is something that could definitely help you. I'm not a big stats guy. Like, I don't think you throwing for 3,000 yards is going to impress a D1 college coach. He wants to see film because you honestly could throw for a couple thousand yards on bubble screens. Like, I'll give you an example. When I was in high school, we played this team, awful. They were called Marina High School. It was our homecoming game every year because we knew we'd freaking blow them out, but or every time we were at home. I remember I threw for probably 300 yards. I probably threw 4 or 5 passes past the line of scrimmage. It was just, they would come out in a 4-3 defense. Linebackers would stack the box. We'd have trips. I would just throw a bubble screen and let my guys go do it. And all you had to do was hit a couple blocks. So that's not really a highlight. So I had a crap ton of passing yards, but again, that doesn't mean that I had a great game on film. Now, same thing. If Bryce Young passed for 400 yards, he could have just had wide open players, but if he has a high completion percentage, that shows that he can put the ball on the money and he's consistent.